interview with ABC Amba television, Honorable Tibor stated that the history of Ambazonia is only good for scholastic endeavors. It has nothing to do with the present or reality. What do you have to say about this statement?
When diplomats speak, you have to listen twice. I have very deep respect for Ambassador Tibor. There are over 30 different conflicts and wars in the world. If Mr. Tibor has chosen to talk about our issue dispassionately, then we have to tell him thank you, because he's not obliged. He's not obliged to make any personal sacrifices run around for us. I had meetings with him. I have a meeting I have had a meeting, and he has met many other stakeholders on our side. So I think that he's also entitled to his opinion. Our history is important. When Ambassador Tibor was in office, he was one of the first diplomats, I don't know which, at least who said it openly, who told the Republic that you cannot win this militarily. There has to be a dialogue. He told the Republic that the Americans had better forces, better army in Vietnam. They did not succeed. He opted for dialogue. So the dialogue, according to the United States, was supposed to address the root causes. So when you cannot talk about the root causes without talking about history, what do you mean by the root causes? The root causes have to do with the history. If today Mr. Tibor said the history is academic, it's not very important, I said you should listen to him twice. It's either he is reporting the views of some lackluster actors or stakeholders in the international community, or is reporting his own views on the issue. But for his own views, we have heard them before. But I think that he is trying to issue a soft rebuke to the international stakeholders, because they have said, as he told us in that same interview, that this war, according to the stakeholders, the problem in the southern Cameroon started in 2017. He said, he told us, listen to that interview, he said, this is what the international community thinks, that the problem started in 2017. That is either a departure either he's rebuking the international community for saying this is what they think, or this is what he himself thinks. But he said no. He said the international community now thinks that the problem started in 2017. So that is, therefore, the rest before 2017 was academic. No. We don't expect the people who come to help us to know everything that we know. I am very sure that the ambassador knows more about our problem today than he did in 2018. So we'll continue to educate our people. We'll continue to educate interested stakeholders and people who want to help us. They will not learn about all we are going through before they come to help us. When we identify them, it is time for us to educate as much as we can. It was an eye-opener to us that some people even think like that, as he told us. So let us rather educate them to know that this problem cannot be solved without history. Our problem in the southern Cameroon is tied to the history. It is not like any other independent movement in Africa. No. Our own is one of annexation. You cannot talk about annexation without talking about how we were before annexation. You cannot address the problem of annexation without going into history. So, but if he told us that the international community or any member of the international community and stakeholders still think like that, then he only opened our eyes to know that we have much work to do. We have much work to do. So let us know that some people erroneously think so. We have to open their eyes to understand that that is not the case. Our case is historic because let me educate us a little more. There is a difference between the Southern Cameroon problem without S, and the Southern Cameroon problems. The Southern Cameroon problem, the Ambazonian problem, is annexation. Is one. But that annexation, which took place in the guise of a de facto union, was the original problem that led to the problems of Southern Cameroon. Marginalization, education, assimilation, all those things put together, which some people want to talk about. That is not the reason why we are fighting. We are fighting against annexation. There's some actors from some stakeholders who don't understand the difference between the problems of Southern Cameroon and the problem of the Southern Cameroons. The problem of the Southern Cameroons is why we fight. We are not fighting because of marginalization. It's one of the problems. In other words, one of the offshoots of the problem, one of the effects of the problem, one of the the consequences of the problem of annexation. So that's not why we are fighting. We're not fighting for positions. We're not fighting for a system of government. We're not fighting for our resources. They are stealing. We're not fighting for because we are marginalized. We are treated this and that. No, those are the problems, and there are many. And some of those problems can even be the same, can even be happening in other parts of La Republic. We are fighting because of the problem of the Southern Cameroons, which was annexation.